Guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing great. This week might be the dumbest week to post this video just because the Titus fusion just wrapped up. Everybody is building those teams. But as always, I just kind of ignore the Kraken meta and go go at my own pace and do things on my account that I think are interesting and all of that good stuff. So today, for a really long time, I have had this I really wanted to put somebody in a cursed set or a hex set ever since they changed it from heal reduction or whatever it was before to hex. So I've had like this like obsession with wanting to do that, but it's an ice golem four-piecer, which, as you guys know, putting together a like halfway decent ice golem four-piecer, the reflex, the curse, the provoke, my goodness, that's a tough one, at least for me. So whenever, I mean, they must have changed that like a year ago. I've been wanting to do it ever since. But so basically, I sort of looked at my Hydra teams, and the thing that sucks is like, I don't really I guess I don't really have anybody who's amazing for this. So this is my nightmare team. Everybody, this is like, 300 and whatever million nightmare team. Uh, all the enemies are always perma-hexed because I have Archer here. She's in Relentless. Everybody's hexed all the time. No biggie. However, and then, so this is my Brutal team. This is like, I don't know, 160 to 200 million team. And then the normal team, I'm still kind of working on it. It's like maybe like some variation of this. So I look at these teams, and the only real candidate here is the Uugo with the AoE, decreased defense, block buffs. You can see I have a 1 and 2. I'm actually still using him in 2 teams. He was in the Nightmare team until I got Wallmaster, so he got replaced with Wallmaster Lydia combo. But yeah, I really wanted to try out somebody in the Hex set, the Curse set. And since I have 2 Ugos, this is like the perfect testing, right? Like I have 2 of the same champion. I can put them in the sets. I can run the testing. And I should say also, if you're using Uugo in Hydra, for the entire time I've played Raid, it is basically just commonly accepted that Relentless is the best set to put this champion in because you just want as much uptime as possible on the Maelstrom rack, the decreased defense, the block buffs in particular. You need to stop them from getting Poison Cloud. You need to stop the Head of Wrath from getting like Reflect, increased attack, block damage, all those scary or sorry, not black damage, reflect damage, all those scary buffs. So yeah, super important. Relentless was basically always pushed forward as the set. And this is my Uugo that's in Relentless. I used to have an Uugo 1 that was in basically very almost like identical stats also in Relentless. And then, but yeah, I threw one of those out, and look, I'm here in the Hex set, finally. We made it. Made it. So again, pretty similar stats to the other Uugo, like maybe a bit faster. We've got like 263 here, 256 here. Obviously there could be some glyphing, whatever. I don't really waste those unless I feel like I super duper need it. Similar accuracy, resistance. Yeah, we're basically sort of right there. Of course, a little bit harder to get the stats you need when, like something like Perception, having the extra speed and accuracy is super nice, but when you're committing to these 4-piece sets, it makes everything a little bit more difficult, as you know. So, again, this is my Brutal Hydra team. I'm testing Uugo in Relentless versus Uugo in Hex. So let's talk about the results that I got. So, um, well, I guess let's first just kind of take a look like at the fight. I just ran it for a bit so we could see like what the heck is happening. But I mean, if you look at it at any given point, like hex, 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 like there's actually like a fairly hex, hex, hex on 3 out of 4. If you just click, okay, that's a terrible one, I guess. We got some poison cloud going on. But yeah, if you just keep flipping through it, hex, 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 the application of the hex is like pretty consistent. There is like at least like half of people having hex. Again, we've got hex, hex. So like fairly consistent application of the hex, I would say. I just ran it for a bit so I could like see what's going on in the fight because as you guys know, when I run Hydra and Chimera, when I'm doing Hydra, I'm doing auto battle. I am never, ever, ever sitting here and manualing. That's not a thing for me at all. It's either it's only this low even because I was kind of testing a few things, but it's always going to be the quick battle for me or just letting it run in the background of work or whatever. So these are all full auto quick battles basically. But so the results that I got, I actually, one of the runs I did, I actually got my best score ever for this team, which was like 211.8 million. This team normally I would say is about, it's like 160 million to 200. It's pretty consistently going to be in that range. Of course, depending on a lot of factors, the rotation, what head spawn. As you guys know, Hydra's just, it's completely random. Like, you might just get a random fail at like turn 50, even on a team that's really good, just because something weird happens, something random, something gets resisted, something doesn't get applied, something, the whole team got feared, whatever the heck may be happening. So I actually, yeah, that was actually the best score I ever got on this team. And then, yeah, you can see here just the proof or whatever. So this was from about like a month and a half ago, and I actually had sent to like a friend. I said, I got my best brutal score on the week we're supposed to be taking. I discarded it and will get a bad score. So like as of a month ago, 200 million for me was the best that this team had ever done. Hexset did give us our kind of PB on that team, those champs, that gear. And yeah, but again, it has not consistently given me my best scores ever, but at the very least, it is either on par or, it's well within the range that this team should be performing, if not exceeding it. So I guess I mean, it's a little bit silly. You can't like, I mean, at least unless I'm going to run some statistics worthy number of runs, like unless I'm gonna run these teams like 500 times and average the scores or whatever the heck, it's kind of impossible to say like, yes, this is better. But in my experience, these are both extremely viable sets. Like they're both performing well within my expectations. And I really just wanted to try. It just sounded fun to put somebody in the mysterious hex set. I've never done it. This is the only champion in a hex set on my account. I mean, I would probably go as far to say as like those are the only hex pieces I like even have, basically. Or even is this? Cursed. Yeah, so yeah, I mean they're not great, right? Like all the good ones are right here. But I think, yeah, I think that's really about what I wanted to say. I think, yeah, I think with your Uugo, I think you should do something beyond just like perception. If you're relying on this person in a Hydra team to apply black buffs, decrease defense, I do think you should have like Relentless or Impulse or there's a lot of new sets compared to like what we had years ago where it was just kind of Relentless as like the only viable set. But yeah, I just feel like it's kind of important cooldowns, and you should try to do something with it, whether it be the Hex set, whether it be the Relentless or Impulse or whatever you've got laying around. I don't even know what's out there these days. There's so many kind of more interesting sets and viable sets than there used to be. And if you're curious about that little team in general, again, it's nothing amazing. It's always full auto. It's just, yeah, that's my team. I can show you really quickly the other champions on the team. That's Ninja. This is Maulie Tankard. I love the unfinished masteries on everybody. That's classic B. She's super good also. Has been in that team for a long time. Been really handy in faction wars. Nothing crazy on the Taurus here. I really should bump up the speed. I was kind of looking at that the other day. The only thing is it makes my arena teams a little bit weird because he would go faster than one of my cleansers. So with the build I was looking at, there's Mr. Thor. Obviously the king dishes out so much damage, craziness. And then obviously the Ugos, the Ugai, as I'm sure the plural definitely is. And was that everybody? Oh, the Padraig. Okay. And I also have two Padraigs, and similar to the Ugos, they're like very, very interchangeable here. The double Padraigs, also in Relentless. I love this champ also, he's so much fun. But, okay, you guys, thank you for taking the time to watch my silly little video about Uugo in a curse set versus Uugo in a Relentless set. And as always, hope you're having a great day and take care of yourselves. Goodbye!